Thank you very much for the Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as we all know, unemployment has become the single biggest cause of pain and suffering for our workers. It's been estimated that over 115,000 workers have lost their jobs, thousands more on reduced hours and reduced rates, or in many cases both. And the Hon Attorney General talked about government help towards the unemployed. What we have seen so far is this help pales into insignificance when compared to the workers helping themselves by withdrawing their hard-earned savings from the Fiji National Provident Fund. The FNPF's CEO recently stated that Phase 4 withdrawals, scheduled to begin today, will not see any top-up from government. But why is this, Mr. Speaker? Reportedly, $20 million has been given by government to top up withdrawals of its members with insufficient balances. Now, Head 50 of our latest budget has an allocation of $100 million listed as unemployment benefit. This was hailed as great news when the budget was announced. But barely a month into the financial year, FNPF says there won't be any top-up from government. But we ask, the remainder of the $80 million, $80 million, is it for workers who are not FNPF members? It surely doesn't sound like it, because the Economy Minister said the preferred mode of distribution is going to be through FNPF. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, in yet another example of how government is treating our workers are the cases of the hundreds of workers of Fiji Airways and ATS, both majority owned by government. Before last week, the Fiji Airways announced a $1,000 bonus payment to all workers who were in the airline until the end of 2019 from its 2019 financial year profits. But no mention of paying out redundancy packages as per the collective agreement between the unions representing the workers and the airline. No remorse from government, Mr. Speaker, but yes, government does have the money to give in excess of $11 million to FBC as radio and television public service grants. Government does have money to build 4 new police stations. And of course, government definitely has the money to build a $7 million office complex for the Prime Minister. Government did have the money to allocate $13.35 million for the PM's office complex in the previous 3 budgets, bringing a total allocation to $20.35 million. But no money to help the unemployed without any preconditions. No money to feed our hungry children in schools. No money to subsidize kidney dialysis to the tune of $75 for a session for patients from families earning a combined annual income of less than $30,000 per annum. No money to ensure supplies at all times of basic medication, medical equipment, and blood testing reagents in our hospitals. No money to supply blankets and pillows to inpatients in hospitals, including medical consumables like bandages. No money to properly fix a hospital washroom and bath door. No money to ensure the sugar mills can crush efficiently. And where is the money? Albeit aid money of $9.9 million from Australia for poverty alleviation. Government is unable to distribute it fairly to all recipients. The cash for work should have been in the budget. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, we're aware that the International Labour Organization, or the ILO, initiated a survey in a tripartite manner involving government, unions, and employers. Government was supposedly responsible for surveying the labour market in the non-unionized sector. We're told that while FTUC and the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation have completed their survey with the relevant statistics, government, through the Employment Ministry, has fallen short on carrying out the survey accurately. So much so that its statistical data exercise is incomplete. The question that I ask is this: was government given a grant of $70,000 for this survey? If it was given $70,000 for this survey, then government cannot even carry out a proper exercise with donated funds to correctly ascertain the plight of our working class. How can it be trusted to look after our unemployed? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order.